YouTube, what is going on, man? So, first things first, there is going to be timestamps in the description below if you want to skip to whatever you want to skip to. I'm going to have them labeled. The first thing I'm going over is timing. The second thing is going to be the garden, which is the first spawn. The second one is going to be labeled yellow plank, which is the second spawn. And then the third one is going to be labeled shed, which is the third spawn right there. And then the fourth one is going to be labeled TV, which is right there, or Mannequin, which is going to be right here. And I'll get to that later in the video. So I'm going to talk about a few things first, but if you don't want to listen to this, you can just go ahead and skip on to the first part of the tutorial. But listen, so I want to talk about something, and it's about whether, it's the whole thing about, who found the spawn first, stuff like that. I haven't really gotten any comments like that, but I just want to clear things up right now. So if I say that me and my friends found a spawn or this and that, and somebody else found it first, and yada yada, like, oh, you didn't give credit, this and that, like, listen, I don't give a fuck who found what first. If people found a spawn, that's great. I'm glad that they did. I want people to figure out spawns. That way we can hit them and stuff like that and not to worry about it. Like, bro, listen, at the end of the day, like, we're just finding these spawns and stuff like that for fun. It's not that serious. I don't want to have somebody coming in my, comment section with, well, technically, you see this guy over here find it first. Dude, I'm glad that he found it. I am. But I don't care who found it first. You know what I'm saying? And I already know that was going to happen because, like I said, I'm going to probably continue uploading these videos. And I do have another video on the way after this video that is going to be, other spawn traps besides just the one that I showed you, which is kind of just sidewalk. Because obviously you're not always going to be killing somebody here. But I'll get into that in the next video. This video is specifically for the people that is having trouble hitting the spawn traps that I uploaded in yesterday's video. So if you are just now seeing this video, I would highly recommend going back and watching that one, because even though you might have other lineups and other spots to hit, it's good to know all the spots. So I would watch all these videos because I'm going to be making a playlist and I'm going to be putting them in order, spawn trap tutorial number 1, number 2, so on and so forth. And then I'm also later down the road, once everything gets figured out, I'm going to be making a big video dedicated to every spawn, and it'll probably be 30 minutes long. It'll probably be a long ass video, but I am going to make it once everything gets figured out. And that way people can just kind of watch one video and learn everything they need to know. So let's get into this. I'm going to try my best to help you guys and explain things as well as I can. And I hope that it helps. So the first thing that I'm going to be going over is timing. You might think you have your timing down, but there could be things that is just a little off. So if you're spawn trapping with a bot, keep this in mind when you're going for the first one here and they're not spawning at the second one. The bot has a tendency to, when he runs out of this spawn, just run in a straight line, right? So him doing that and him coming out of his spawn running in a straight line is going to cause you to be able to hit him, because like I said, he's running in a straight line. So you're going to be able to hit him even if your timing is too late. So let's just say the bot, runs out of his spawn. He gets about right here, and then you kill him. There's going to be times where he's not going to spawn here. He might spawn here, but not every single time, because you were late on this spawn. And also, again, that spawn trap in last videos was specific to this area right here, this sidewalk that is going through here. You can go behind this car, just like I explained in the other video. So this spawn trap is specific to that. You can't kill him in mid. You can't kill him in the truck. You can't kill him by this car. You can't kill him back here. You can't kill him in none of those locations, because this spawn trap is specific to this location. So please keep that in mind. Also, again, back to the whole timing thing. If you're late on this spawn trap right here and they don't spawn here, it's because you're late. Okay? So try your best to get the timing down. I had somebody comment on my video and he was like, do you know what the timing is? I don't know the exact timing. I'm going to work on that. And I'm going to try to, go more in depth on the timing and explain it to a point to where you can get it down. But honestly, in all reality, if you just play and play and play, whether a bot or a friend, then you're going to get the timing down eventually. So you should be fine on that. But I'm still going to try and go in depth on that. But I'm going to give you something to go off of. So I'm going to shoot like I'm killing somebody, and then I'm going to go for the spawn trap like I normally would. Okay, so I'm going to shoot, and then I'm going to come up here, and then I'm going to shoot again. Okay, that's pretty much what the timing looks like. If you want seconds, okay, so it's pretty much like this. It's like 1, 2, and then shoot. Okay, so that's pretty much the timing. So I guess you could keep that in mind if you wanted to. So 1, 2, shoot. Okay, so keep that timing in mind, and maybe that will help you with the timing. Now, that is for a bot, okay? Because, like I said, the bot has a tendency to run in a straight line, which is going to allow you to hit the spawn even if you're late. So, if they spawn there and you was still late here, and they still spawn there, even though they spawn there and you hit this one, even if you hit this on perfect timing, they're not going to spawn here. And that's almost like 100% certainty. They are not going to spawn there, okay? So please be sure you are getting your timing correct. Now, another tip that I can give you, if you are playing with a friend, tell your friend to do everything he can to get out of the spawn. And by everything, I mean run to the left here. So like any spawn that he spawns into, he needs to either run left or he needs to run right. Because if you run straight, then like I said, you're going to be able to hit him even if you hit it late. Another thing is don't do all this crouching, jumping. Don't do all that. Literally just try to run to the left. And if you still hit it when he is literally full sending it to the left side over here, then your timing is perfect. And the spawn should be exactly as I showed in the video previously. So that's another thing. You have to keep timing in mind. But if you do have your timing down and they're still spawning in the wrong location, then you probably don't have the timing down. Okay, so you just have to really keep that in mind. You either don't have the timing down or you don't have the location down. And I don't want to like over explain it, but I also want to make sure that you guys understand how crucial the timing is, because I do watch other people's videos and I see spawn traps that they go for and stuff like that. And I'll watch those videos and I'll see them kill somebody, and then they'll stand here and they'll be like, okay, let me line this up here. Nope, that's not okay. Hang on, let me just get this line up real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Boom. Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot be that slow. You have to literally kill them as soon as they spawn. And if you played BO2, then you know that. But if you're new to spawn trapping, like, don't stress it, man. Trust me, it's a process. You will get it, okay? So that is for the timing section. And again, like I stated in the intro here, there is going to be timestamps because I want to explain this as much as I can so you guys don't have trouble. That way, for the next video that I upload that is going to be showing other spawns, you have your timing down, you have everything else down, and you're not struggling that much, and you shouldn't have that hard of a time hitting the other spawns that I show you guys. So again, that was the timing section. Now we're going to be moving on to the very first spawn that you hit. And in the previous video, the way that I showed that you hit this is you come up against this right here. And I'm going to be a little more specific this time. So instead, I want you to come up against this little line that's going down this bus right here. So just walk up against this and then shoot where I said in the last video. So you want to shoot right here. Boom. Okay. So you just want to shoot right there, right beside the door, and then, you know, as low as possible so you're not hitting that brick. And then you shoot right there. It should connect. Okay. If you were having trouble with this one, I have an easier lineup for you. As you've seen, I went for this in this video when I was showing the timing section. But the lineup specifically for this is you want to take the edge of this white piece that is going down right here, and you want to line it up to this piece of wood right there. So you just want to line it up just like that, and then you just want to shoot right in the center of this piece of wood, and then just right there, and it should connect. Again, this doesn't have to be specific. You can shoot a little below here. You can go there. You can, you know, you can shoot a little higher. Like you can shoot right here. It doesn't have to be specific. Don't overthink it, because when you start overthinking it, you're going to start missing. Trust me, I know, because I do that shit all the time. So again, you don't need to come up here and try and be specific. Okay, let me just line this up right here. Okay, right. Like, you don't need to do all that, man. Literally just walk up here, get that, you know, white piece to cover that up, and then shoot. Okay, I promise you, as long as you focus on shooting in the center between this piece of wood and the door, you should hit the spawn. You're not going to struggle with it. You should be fine. That is for the first spawn trap. There is other lineups, and I'll go over that in the next video, but for now we're going to keep this, you know, simple. So for this one right there, okay? Now for the next one, this is going to be right here. Okay, I know people were struggling with hitting this one as well. So the best lineup that I can tell you is you want to take the edge of this doorway right here of this truck, and you want to line it up with the edge of that chimney so you only see the front of it. See that? You want to line it up just like that. Okay, so you only see the front of it. But like I said, again, it doesn't have to be exact as long as it is on the edge of right there. And eventually, you're going to develop a habit of just running up here and getting it lined up automatically. See, even though I can see a little bit of the left side of that chimney, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be dead on specific. But for the sake of this video, I am going to highly recommend that you line it up exactly like I say. Okay, so you line it up just like that, and then you aim in and you shoot right here. Okay, a little bit to the right of middle. I know I said the middle of the plank last time, but try and shoot to the right of middle. Not off of the plank, but just right here. You could pause the video and, you know, get the spot down to a point to where you are shooting exactly where I'm shooting, and then you will shoot right here. Okay, now if this lineup does not work for you, you can either ask me. If you don't have anybody else, you can ask me in the comment section. I can't get to everybody because I am trying to make these videos and figure out spawns and stuff like that, but I will try to get around to it, and I will come into custom games. I will put a C4 on, and then you put on the perk engineer. That way you can see the C4 through the wall, and you can find your own lineup, and it should work like that. But again, for this one, line it up to the edge of the chimney, aim in, shoot to the right of the middle, and it should connect. You should have no issues with that. Okay, so that is for that spawn. Now we're going to move on to the shed spawn, which is going to be over here. Okay, for this spawn, some people don't even get them to spawn there. And if you have your timing down, you kill them on sidewalk, so you're killing them in the right location, your timing is fucking perfect, and you're killing them with them trying to move out of the spawn, and they still don't spawn there, there is only one reason that they're not spawning there, because they spawn there for me every single time. So you just have to make sure you're doing everything right. So if you got all that down and they're still not spawning there, it's probably because I explained it very poorly in last video. So I said run to the mailbox, right? So let's just say I run to the mailbox. Let's just say I go for this spawn right here, you know, and then I run to this mailbox. If I run and stand on this mailbox like this, I'm going to be peeking out way too much, okay? Because you got to keep in mind, they spawn right here, okay? If you can see that, then they're not going to spawn in front of you. And that is on me. That is my bad. I definitely explained that poorly. I should have explained it a little bit better. So I'm going to do my best to explain this. I'm going to go in detail. Now, what I'm going to explain is the mailbox. So what you want to do is after you go for this one, you'll run to this mailbox and you'll stop before you get to the mailbox. So for me, this is what this would look like on my field of view, okay? So I'm going to run to the mailbox, and then I'm going to stop before I get to it, okay? So I'm stopping like right here, you know, before my feet are touching the mailbox. Now, this is what this would look like on 120 field of view, okay? This is a little bit of an idea on 120. I'll go down to 110. This is what 110 would look like. And then I will go down to 90. This is what 90 would look like. And then the default FOV, which is 80. This is what this would look like. Okay, that way you guys have an understanding of what it will look like on your screen. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my FOV to 100, and this is what it looks like. Now, this is not the exact location that you need to stand. This is just so you have a general idea of where you run to. So this is not where you're going to be coming to exactly, okay? So what you want to do, you'll run, stop before you get to the mailbox, you'll turn around, and then you'll quickly line yourself up like this, and then you're going to shoot right here on the left side of this M, okay? If that doesn't work, maybe try shooting a little to the left between the M and the silver piece, okay? Now I'm going to be moving on to the fourth spawn trap, which is going to be TV or Mannequin. Normally where I would go is I would go TV. Now, you can still hit this, but trust me when I say you would be better off not going for this one, because this one is a little annoying to get. Unless I have a really bad lineup. If you guys do know any lineups that you can hit TV from here, let me know, because I would love to be able to hit this consistently. But the best lineup that I can give you is you take the edge of this white piece, this little ladder that goes up there, and you line it up to the windowsill. Not this thing, but this thing right there, the little piece on the left side, okay? So just like that, And then you're going to want to shoot a little left of the middle. Okay. So you're going to want to shoot about right there. Now that doesn't seem to be consistent for me, because this spot seems very, very, very specific. Like there's a fucking, like there's a pixel that you're gonna have to be shooting at specifically every single time. But that is the general area, and if you want, you can try and get this down. Have a friend stand still with a C4, and you can find the exact spot. And if you can get that to work for you, then that is great. But if you can't, and you're like me, and you fucking cannot hit that for the life of you, then after you hit this spawn right here, you shoot between the M and the A. Okay, guys, just to clarify, so you guys don't get confused or anything, when I say M, like shoot between the M and the A, and you stand right there at that barrel, that's just a different lineup for shed, and I didn't realize that until I started, editing this video, that I didn't do the same lineup that I showed. But I'll go over all the different types of lineups that you can do in my next video. But I just wanted to clarify that way you guys don't get confused and think I'm going for like a different spawn trap or something. You know what I'm saying? So don't get confused. It's the same thing. Right after you hit shed, it goes mannequin. So that's my bad. I apologize, but I'll let you guys get back to the video. Quickly run over to this sign and they'll spawn mannequin. And they spawn there every time as long as you kill them sidewalk for this rotation. And you just kind of slide peek it. You know what I'm saying? Now this, like I said in the beginning of the video, this will be a million times easier if you have your timing down, okay? So being able to slide peek that's going to be all timing, because if you peek out and you see them, then they're not going to spawn. So you got to be able to slide peek this perfectly in order to be able to hit them with, so they're not able to move out of their spawn, and then also not peeking it too early, and then they end up spawning TV, because if you peek this, then they'll spawn TV. Now I'm going to do some more testing and see if maybe I can get them to spawn bus, kind of like back in the old days. You go for bus or whatever. But for now, like I said, just focus on one thing at a time and trying to go for mannequin. So you just slide peek it just like that. Okay. So I think I've pretty much covered everything in this video. Again, there is timestamps below. And if you guys want to skip to whatever parts you need, you can. And I probably over-explain things a bit, but like I said, I just want to be sure that you guys can figure this out. And I want to try my best to explain it and, make things as clear as possible. That way you guys can, get this down and be prepared for my next video when I upload, other spawn traps that you can hit. So just keep practicing. I promise you guys will get it. Again, if you need help, comment below. But I'm going to wrap this video up, man. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like. Comment if you guys want to see more of these, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.